Hello and welcome to the Punters Show, the 5th year of the Punters Show coming to an end.
Christmas show.
Mark Lambourne, Matt Taylor, and the happiest person in the world is Glenn Pollard.
It's like the last show of the year.
It is the last show now, Glenn. Are we done?
Is this it? Do we have to come back? In an hour and a half, you'll be punching
Oh.
down the beach at Coogee. Not a worry. Well, g'day everyone.
What'll be great is that next week we'll have the special Glenn Pollard interview instead.
That'll be next year. Christmas, what a beauty.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
Santa's coming.
You like your pro Santa?
I just cheer. Oh, what? I just said to your kids, oh, Santa's coming, kids. At least he never hurt anybody. He's the fucking best Santa. He's the best. All right, I'm happy I've done a little project while you guys were away. I've been doing a bit of work for the show, mate. What's going on? Well, I go straight into it.
Go straight into it, Glenn.
Go straight into it. It's the end of the year, so you like back to look back at the year, and I was just at my desk last night doing some work, and I thought,
he's got a desk.
The 10 disappointing things of the year. I'm going to write them down.
10 disappointing things of the year.
And I try to be fair. The 10 good things for the year.
10 good things. Are we talking racing or are we talking general population?
Racing.
Racing. Okay.
Right.
Beautiful.
Well, with the good things,
yes,
I got to 4, and I really had to scrape the barrel to get to the 4. The top 2 are standouts, and with the 10 disappointing things, I stopped at about 37. So I've cut. So the 10 disappointing things I've got down to top 13.
Yes. And
when I go through the 13 for the year, which will take me 5 minutes.
Yes.
There should be a fucking inquiry into every one of them.
Okay.
Right. So
all right, Matt.
Well, this
will be a good story, and we'll
start with the disappointments.
Okay, the disappointments. Are we starting 13 down, or are we going 1 down?
13 down. I think the Matt Rudolph case. Like I've got 13 disappointments. Yeah. Matt Rudolph case, the length of talk, what happened. Reading a bit up last night, there was a ATC director. He's actually vice chairman. His name is Mr. Laurie Macri.
Yep.
Apparently, some of his evidence at the inquiry was looked upon as unreliable.
Yep.
At whose inquiry? Matt Rudolph.
Matt Rudolph. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All of that.
I thought was a lot of big stories in my top 13 that you don't hear much about.
No, you don't.
No. So I marked Matt Rudolph inquiry number 13.
Number 13. That's the next dozen's going to be pretty good.
Number 12. Now, you might want to cut it out. I don't think you have to because I'm going to handle it well.
Okay.
During the year, I did notice Mr. Volandis mentioned there was a rumour.
Yes.
We never heard any more.
No,
I found that very disappointing.
Well, I think factually there was an article that Mr. Volandis came out and denied a rumour that was never written.
And then no one wrote about it. And then it was like we never heard it again. So I thought I had to put it in there at 12. I think
at the time we did say if you're going to mention a rumour, well, let us know what you actually.
Number 11 on my year was the demise or the loss to the industry of an icon in Ken Callender. Not being able to work, do his job, having to leave because of just his moral codes that I've got to leave the game I love and write about, and we like to read with Ken.
Yeah.
We lost Ken.
Yep.
That's number 11.
Yeah. Censorship.
Number 10. Very disappointing start. Now, I don't know whether he hasn't put his soccer boots and doesn't want to bring his ball, but Michael Sullivan and Bluebed, he got the big page spread. He's turned up at the track. I'm yet to have a bet there after about 10 or 12 meetings. Hasn't looked like taking part. I found him very disappointing.
And his body language says I'm not taking part.
And I noticed there on Saturday, that Forrester Harrington bookies got shafted because there wasn't enough room in the rails. They gave them a standout wide because they had to fit Michael Sullivan in. Now I say, I want everyone to come.
We want more and more bookies.
Let's not have a new bookie turn up and take other blokes who want to bet out of the game and then stand there and not participate.
Can I just ask a question?
Very disappointing.
Can I ask a question on that? Is there the criteria for a rails bookmaker? Is it just that I'm willing there to bet to lose 5,000? You have to have turnover criteria as well too.
I'm sure if they looked at his sheets.
No, you don't. You just got to be able to put your hand up and say.
Well, obviously you're not going to turn over any money.
Well, Harrington Forrester, they're new bookies. They've only been there a year or two, maybe. So they're new in the market. Or maybe it's old. I don't know. But that camp, I know a little bit about them, and they're betters.
Yeah.
They want to play.
Yeah. And they'll have a bet through the city ring.
How did they get shafted on Saturday to some little?
Because they tried to shaft Robbie, they tried to shaft Mo.
That's right.
So they're going to try and shaft somebody. Now, there's a connection with this mystery man, Sean Thompson. With a few of these bookies, there's a lot of mystery about it. A lot of bookies are talking about it. A lot of people are very unhappy, especially with other blokes with really grouse stands and There's a lot more to all this, but I don't know what Michael Sullivan's doing there if he's coming. And all I'm saying to Michael is put your fucking footy boots on, bring your soccer ball and have a kick.
Well, put it this way, I think Forrester, or what was it?
I said Farrington.
Farrington and Forrester, they probably provide more to the ring than what Michael Sullivan has so far.
Well, he's been very disappointing. I had him on my disappointing list. He was number 10.
Okay.
Do you like my list so far?
I'm liking your list so far, Glenn.
9. Well, Robert Thompson had to fit in there somewhere. I was very unhappy with his ride on Golden Perch about 2 weeks ago. Another hung in, comes off that, pisses in. And then I was very unhappy with Hawkesbury winner's ride at Scone when he sort of didn't, he doesn't, anyway, Robert just has to go in there. And with honourable mention to, of course, all the Pirates of Penzance and the Northern Rivers Mafia Jockeys Association.
Can I put a 9B an extra in that? The other disappointing thing was a certain person going, go Robert, go Robert.
Yeah, that was disappointing. I agree. My advice to Robert is this is your year to retire. You can go to your cattle farm, dye your eyebrows for the rest of your life and live happily ever after. I'm sure you've got a little bit of cash hidden somewhere. You've got plenty of money. Time for you to go. Very disappointing. Number 8.
This is amazing.
Delta done some homework. You've got to find number 8 here, Del. Oh, number 8. Was nearly a top 5. Gosford with the no training.
Yeah. What? Again?
There's no training at Gosford anymore.
Again, that only
Where are they
just...
going?
They're going.
No, Gosford shut.
Gosford
Oh, right, it is about to shut.
As a training track.
as a training track. They don't want the trainers there.
Huh?
I agree. And again, something not read about. Like I said, my top 13 should be an inquiry. I got to 37 last night.
Yeah.
No training at Gosford. Very disappointing.
And very little men.
Gosford are very, very liquid. I've got plenty of money. I don't think race clubs are about having plenty of money. Race clubs are about providing racing and members for everyone to be happy. They should be thinking about running it. Hope this year we can cover costs because we've got nothing in the bank. That should be a club.
They should be racing yourself wild.
Not 10 million in the bank and the trainers are costing us a bit of money, get rid of them. No training Gosford. Very disappointing. No, didn't know much. Number 7. Now this is on the similar thing with the local, the recent vote by the ATC members, which I don't know if it was a dead set Kum Ung Jung vote, and they weren't.
Yeah. He can't be on the. He's got to be on the
They
positive
said 90%
list,
of the people voted, which I find hard to believe, about acquiring the lawn bowls across the road from Rose Hill and getting involved with having poker machines.
Okay.
We can't have poker machines are coming to the track.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're coming. We can't have it. Now Darren Pearce.
What do you mean coming to the track?
Well, they're getting involved with poker machines. They got a poker machine licence now at Rose Hill because they got their lawn.
They bought the machines over there, but does that mean they're going to be available? Oh, they're not going to do it like they did at Harold Park, are they?
It doesn't it mean that?
Like a licensed club on the top floor
Now,
of
Darren
Rose
and
Hill.
all your staff and our forefathers in racing would turn in their grave if they knew we were there punching the machine.
I used to think the biggest signs of race clubs giving up was racing administration losing the plot was having extra race meetings and selling things, like selling land, selling assets. That goes
if we
above
get
and
involved
beyond.
with pokies, we're gone. They're number 7.
Jesus
Top
Christ.
6. Well, number 6 was Saturday, the parade ring at Randwick. It was outstanding.
Oh yeah,
We got the 20-horse race. One horse stopped, everyone stopped. Did you hear about it?
It was just awful, Mark.
It was just awful.
It was
You've been
like
waiting
we
for it to
really,
happen.
really
I've been
got
waiting
So
for it to
why
happen.
haven't we seen it before? We
Well,
must have 20 horse
It
race
was
somewhere.
probably not as well organised
We've
as
got the
Doncaster.
$2 billion stand, and I'll get back to why it's $2 billion, because if it costs us 180 million, then in 20 years it's going to cost us $2 billion.
Yeah,
when we knock it down.
Or
the
factor in the
parade ring, which can't handle 20 horses, we saw on Saturday. We've got the betting ring that they never even thought about. And the whole thing's been a bit of a disaster. But number 6, I had to mention the parade ring from Saturday, and then Mr. Murray had to throw him out quick.
Yeah.
So people who paid their money to go watch the horse parade couldn't see the horse parade.
We got a very good look at Malice, Glenn.
That was it.
He was there. He was there.
Number 5 for the year. The Kensington track.
Again, where is it?
Where's the
What are you
Kensington?
talking about?
Exactly.
What is Kensington?
What's Kensington? Had to fit in the top 5. It was outstanding work, by the way.
Yeah, it'll come
Number
back
4.
one day.
It's a juicy list, isn't it?
It's great.
Mark Sheen losing his job.
Yes.
Just like,
Yes.
now this gentleman, he's come from Hong Kong, he's doing his best, and I know we're a bit hard at the beginning. I think he's going better. He's obviously come at a smaller price. We've lost Mark. Mark just went. He was a big part of our lives, and he's gone. It was very disappointing. I feel if you're trying to cut costs, fucking finish the job and get Cole Hodges for $25 a meeting and a slab of beer, because you may as well, if you're really thinking about cutting costs again, get Cole and just finish the job and give it to us Red Raw. Number
our best
three.
ever race caller is not
Number
Colorado.
three. Well, where would I be without fitting the captain in for up north? The photo finish
Yes.
that went the wrong way. It was outstanding work.
How's that inquiry gone?
And the non-inquiry about the inquiry. I wanted an inquiry into the non-inquiry about the photo finish. We work in milliseconds and photo finishes of a cigarette paper and get the right result. And this was this big, and the wrong number went up and correct way it was number 4. Outstanding work by racing. Number 3 it was. Are you liking the list?
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic.
Number 2. Now,
I can't believe
it
you did this.
tis the season to be jolly.
Yeah.
So that gets me thinking about religion, and when I think about religion, I think of people from the old school like Mr. Ray Murray.
Yes.
Religious types. Well, he fucking nailed young Brent Zaraffa to the cross and bled the last drop in one of the most hateful things I've ever seen.
Yes.
When you look back on the year, what he did to Brent Zaraffa, what they did, it's bringing the game in disrepute. It could have been handled diplomatically, on the quiet. He's one of the boys. That lad will never be picked up by Sky or anybody in racing, and it's a disgrace. And they put that boy on the cross, and you hammered the nails straight into him.
Can I have an annexure there as well too?
We've got Easter at Christmas.
Yeah, Easter at Christmas.
Easter Christmas. Was Murray Connellan this year, or was that last year? That was last year. Okay.
Well, young
That was
Brent had to figure in there. He was number 2. I thought what happened to him was truly hateful and tragic, and I don't think any of the stewards would like that happening to their son. And I just think, and it's, but we can't, I know if they could go back in time, they wouldn't have acted that way. But it was outstanding work to be in our top 13 disappointing things.
And number 2 of a very solid list. Hang on.
Number 1,
Here we go.
without doubt,
Here we are.
and again involves Mr. Murray,
Yes.
calling off of Doncaster Day this year,
Oh, yes.
when we could have raced on probably a good 4 that afternoon. If that's not the top 13, if there's not an inquiry, like I said, I had 37 to choose from.
Yeah.
Where do they call
Yeah.
Where did all
There's the side call off with it.
Yeah.
But Donny Day, our
Yes.
Premier Day,
Yes.
it was off, and there was
Yes.
nothing we could do about it. So that was the
Yes.
top 13 disappointments of the year. I'm sure you'll put them up on the website somewhere.
Pull
More
that
work
up
in.
individually. Yeah.
Right,
Outstanding.
top 4 pluses of the year.
Well done, Glenn.
Yeah, top 4
We have
plus.
to talk about them.
Well,
Yeah,
they'll take a minute.
Yeah, let's go. 4. No, I want it.
Number 4 for me of the
We can
year.
save it for part 2 just to get the viewers
Num-
to say that.
No.
Number 4 of you.
This'll be. Now he's done this and he's pumped up. That will be it from Glenn. You've got,
Yeah,
you've got 5 minutes of Glenn for the rest
It
of the
is
year.
Christmas time, so I get religious around Christmas time, and I giggle at the believers because, I mean, if you believe in the afterlife, that means you believe in heaven and hell. Well, look, fucking hell, I'll tell you about hell. I've been going to 6 race meetings a week for 35 years. I've lived right through fucking hell. Don't worry about hell. It's not that scary. But let's go, being Christmas time, a born again.
Yes.
Number 4, Terry Griffin. A born again man! I just thought it was outstanding. His transformation from copper after 20
Yeah.
years back to at the track with the boys. A born again punter. He's made the transition very well.
Has
So
he had his first badge?
Terry Griffin's number 4.
He was betting for
It's
Dr.
coming.
Nichols
It's
Saturday.
coming.
Yeah.
Number 3. Oh, well, it was easy. Number 3. The Cassidy retirement.
Yeah.
There's only one thing better than not having good Jimmy or bad Jimmy. No Jimmy. No Jimmy's outstanding. I think, Robert, you need to look at Jimmy. Maybe next year you can be on the plus side. 2 and 1, well, it was a dead set. It was the easiest Quinelli you've ever seen. They could have nearly dead heated for third. But when it came to really good things during the year, and I know they're associated with the show and they're kind of part of my employer, but the top better tournament, did it at number 2, quite easy. People are loving, even Snowy ran me, he finished second on Saturday, Snowy. They paid him $5 million because it's Snowy.
Yeah.
Said how much he enjoyed it.
Yep.
It didn't take away from the professionalism of his game.
Yep.
That the value was outstanding.
Yep.
I think he got 5,000 for his 100.
Yeah.
I think they threw in another 10,000 this week, and they're prepared to do that because it's good advertising for their site, trying to build it. I think the top better tournament didn't could have easily been number 1, but I put it in there at number 2. And number 1 was an easy pick for me this year. The country highway races on the Saturday. I think they've just been absolutely fantastic, and I've really, really enjoyed it. But I only found 4 good things this year, so there they were. Terry Griffin mixed in with Jim Cassidy, you'll like that. Followed by top better in just dead heating out the high weight races. I think it was just by Brian Fletcher, so
You
I
said
think Fletcher had something to do with him, I don't know.
I don't know.
Right, now, one last thing on the honourable leave passes from the last year from the Punter Show from me, and I've just left them alone for a year. I'll be back into them next year. The dirty, filthy breeders. I haven't forgotten about you. I've just dropped off the last 12 months, But you got an honourable leave pass this year, so I put you down as HLP. That was my homework.
Honourable leave. Well done. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, right. There it is. Now I'm not saying another word for the whole show. Christmas is here. Fucking I've got to go to church.
You mentioned, old mate, before Kim Jong-un or whatever. Did you not get a chance there for rocket launching that bloke?
Well, it was only racing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, if I'd done like world events, I would have got to 2,000.
Yeah, that's right.
I enjoyed the missing women. How are they going? Fucking, how's everyone?
No, they were last year, mate. They had the year anniversary during the year.
Let's get back to the racing.
What about declaring shutterbugs before the fields were before the noms were out?
I only got a dead eat out of it.
Yeah.
I just said, don't care where it races, it'll win.
Well, you're half right.
Kind of, yeah.
How did it not win? Anyway, all right, well done, Glenn. That's good. I don't know, really. That's it. Have we finished?
Well, like
Are we done?
The 13, like, fucking, you go through, what's happening here? There could be inquiry into everything.
Yeah. I wonder how that finish inquiry is going.
You can put the cicadas on the disappointment list, maybe.
No, cicadas are good. No, I'm just waiting for the big storm and my Beatles will be here. Don't worry about that. They're ready to go. All right, Hong Kong, man of the match. What a fucking set from our man in Hong Kong on the day of all days.
It was. Yeah,
big day?
Yeah, that was the internet today.
the big day.
Oh, massive.
I tallied it up last night, or this morning. He won 1,020 units.
That's all. What? That's all. That's all.
His highlight was
Wow.
having 10 units on one of the Japanese horses, a Shin Sakari, and that paid $51.
Yeah, 50 to 1.
$60 available out
Oh,
wide.
mate, you watch the set, you're just backing 20s and 30s chances, all just.
And what they're lobbing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not, never far. They're
Never far
not often far away. Like, I think last year we had a down year because a lot of these 30s and 40s chances were getting running fourth or running second or whatever it was.
And a couple of lobs.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
lobbed.
he started the day bang up with a good
100
bit of,
units bang straight away at $4 on the first winner.
Yeah.
He won,
Super Joe even did us a
he
favour.
won
halfway
100
through the
units
day.
in the third race.
Never happened.
He backed Highland Reel in the fourth. Backed Penophobia in the fifth.
That was
So
Super
he's
Joe.
gone bang, bang. The sixth, no good. The seventh was the Able Friend race.
Yep.
He passed.
He crushed that. Yeah.
And then was one of the features, the Japanese horse won at $59 at Ladbrokes.
Yeah.
And the last two races.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
So about 400 units spent for about a 1,400 collect. That's huge.
Beautiful. All right, and that continues on.
Yeah.
Like everything we do, all the products continue. We might be on holidays with the Punters show, but all the products, apart from race speed profiles, continue on.
By tipping on Saturday.
All the way through, yeah.
All the way through.
Are you having a break? All the tournaments will continue on.
I'll be missing, it looks like I'll be missing on New Year's Day, and I've got a sleepover at Cockatoo Island, I didn't know about it, and probably the 16th.
Sleepover at Two Island on Randwick New Year's Day.
Oh, on New Year's Eve.
Erskineville on tour.
I'm trapped, I'm trapped. And
I've
the
got
16th
an
of
old
January.
dinghy, I'll come and pick you up. I stole it.
Yeah.
It's now mine.
They're looking for someone who had a dinghy on spit water.
Yeah. If anybody out there remembers running into our chief financial officer, he was a bit
Making
sore
good recovery.
and sorry, but he was there. Yeah, he was there on Friday
Right.
for our listing. Yeah, lovely. But in a sling and broken ribs and broken shoulder. Yeah.
Oh, and you put him right next to the water, didn't you? An opera bar.
Yeah.
Just to bring back bad memories. That's a bit sick.
Did you go to Opera Bar?
No, I didn't.
Why don't we get an invite?
You did.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Why didn't we go?
You were at Canterbury.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway. All right.
Good program, Canterbury Friday night.
Yeah,
the
that's
Canterbury, the Friday nights have come alive.
They've come alive a bit, for sure. I
But-
agree.
but-
There's like fewer of them.
That's it. There's only 4 for the season, isn't it?
There's 4. There's one to go.
Yeah.
One to go.
Yeah. And that'd coincide with what the Moonee Valley meant. Wouldn't be one for a while, would there?
It's not for a while.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so well done Hong Kong, and as I said, all the products stay there apart from a couple little
Pro
bits
Better
and
Life, what's that
stuff.
mean? PBL.
Pro Better Life was awesome. It just goes from strength to strength. That
Yeah. It was one of those days where the original sets weren't as good as the live set actually saved. Darren found heaps of winners based off mounting yard and late flux and stuff like that. A lot of his horses, you read his set saying, if the money comes for like this runner, first up new stable, I want to be on. If it blows the other way, it's just double the price. So
Yeah, no, look, it's something we'll probably explain a little bit more, and needs a little bit more in-depth explanation. We'll do a dedicated video about it over the break too, so you get a bit of an idea. But it's a really good way to spend a Saturday afternoon with all the information that we can possibly give you
It's
throughout
a
the
new way
afternoon.
to spend the Saturday afternoon, actually.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like if you want to be, if you're on Twitter and you're getting information through that, this is a lot more refined version of it, and and with cutting edge information.
Yep. I was crossing Allison Road on Saturday morning on my way into Randwick, and I'm watching piles of people. They're all really excited about going to Randwick. You know, they're all suited up. None of them would have been going to joust with a bookmaker.
No.
Once upon a time, everybody who went to Randwick was going there to bet. Now none of them are going
That's a
there.
great saying.
Yeah.
None of them are actually going there for the purpose of betting.
No.
It's a social event.
Yeah.
It's a mega social event,
Yeah.
but it's got nothing to do
But
with
that's all they've been asked to come for so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like totally excited about it,
Mm.
but it's not the racing.
I was
Well,
out
it's not
there.
racing bet, it's like betting.
I was out there the week before. It was a good day actually. The last 2 weeks they've been pretty good at Randwick.
Yeah.
But, the bookmakers weren't.
Just
too
thinking
far
about
to
that,
see.
I do watch them in this exciting area when I go to watch it, and they do cheer a horse now, but they're tab stuffs, aren't they?
If that.
Mm.
You know, they do hit those machines hard and put their because they can have their $5 on the machine. They feel like they can't come in the ring and have $5 on a horse. I don't know why.
Yeah, because they haven't been invited to, they haven't been educated to.
I agree with
I mean, we, as an industry, the industry shies away from the fact that it's a wagering industry.
Well, Dallas, unfortunately, no one's wage is dependent on generating an extra dollar of betting turnover. They're just sitting there going, we'll just wait for the tab distribution to come in.
Whereas you say no one's wage is dependent on it, but everybody, 85% of their wages are paid by the wagering.
That's right.
So, but it's
indirect.
That's right. That could be my disappointing.
Well,
Still, nobody responsible for wagering.
On the same side, we could be saved by the poker machine, so it's all
That's
wonderful.
exactly right. So the
Because
pokie,
people know how to play the pokies.
so they, instead of playing their little machines,
you hit the button.
yeah, it's great fun.
Fucking the lowest thing.
It is. It is.
I don't know how we'd want to be how our industry would want to be involved with those most daftly of machines. They're
No.
We're
fucking
looking for a revenue stream, full stop.
So we just flood ourselves. Well, why don't we run hookers from the joint as well?
Why not?
Finish the fucking job, get a brothel.
Halfway between races, and
Any of you working girls out there want to, bring a mattress to the track? Fucking, you have a big win, you can go have a quick squeeze for $15. And if you fucking haven't backed a winner and you're backed up, you think it's released for $25. So it's all thought provoking.
I think so. 15 minutes straight after the race.
And if Mr. Murray leaves as the steward, he could be the brothel master now.
Yeah.
And if they don't do the proper job, one of the girls to the crosses, put him up there with Brent. Hello, mate, how you going?
Always look on the bright. I've got to bring this to you. I'm talking about religion and that. There's a series on the SBS about people speaking factually about what happened with Jesus, and last night's episode was, I just do it, I watch it to torture myself.
How did your missus? You're the best, honey. You're a lucky man, Lamborn.
I could be much luckier.
I love the hat. See
Anyway.
you, Shell.
I was watching this.
It's unbelievable, the hat. I'm perfect at your missus,
And I
Lamborn.
tell you, she can spend $1.
Oh, so she's different than most women.
And
Anyway,
so
she's looking
kind
good.
and caring and supportive.
Doesn't watch the show, obviously.
Doesn't watch the show. Another one doesn't.
Yeah, so watching this thing, and then all the experts coming on about saying, this would have been. Did you know Jesus had a brother? Jimmy Jesus. James Jesus. He had a brother, James.
Not Jimmy Jesus. Jimmy.
Well,
What was their
James
second
is
name?
Jimmy. I don't know.
What is their second name? Smith or not?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Jesus. I don't know.
What's his, Jesus of Nazareth?
Yeah.
What's his second name?
His middle name's Oz. I don't know. But he had a brother.
No one knows his second name. Why don't we know his second name?
Well,
doesn't
look,
have
back
one,
in the
like
day, they
Madonna.
had as many. You just kept taking on names as it suited you.
Brother
If
of
you went
Joe.
and won a battle in Germany, you just called yourself Germanicus. You just added Germanicus to your name,
Okay.
that sort of thing. Or
Great-
Britannia or
great
whatever.
times.
Great. Yeah, good. Anyway,
Anyway, so he had a brother.
but anyway, one of the experts.
Was it
Uh,
Immaculate Conception again?
No. He because he didn't renounce Jesus, he got pushed off the building. So that was good. I think it might have almost
What, he
been.
got killed?
You have to have self-suicide or whatever you were talking about last time.
Yeah.
No, because he was still pro Jesus, and they said if you're going to be pro Jesus, we're going to have to knock you. So off he went. Off you go. Yeah, it's a good way of doing it. But anyway, I saw one of the experts on it, which was probably the most unfortunate name I've ever seen. Her name was Candida Moss.
Wow.
So where was this?
On the SBS, yeah.
The commentator's name.
That was her name. Her mother had called her Candida.
Even like Moss is like Candida.
Well, if you're going to link Moss with anything, I don't think you're going to be calling
Wow,
somebody Thrush, are you?
Yeah.
What's the nickname?
Do you know my mother's maiden name?
Well done, Dal.
My mother's maiden name was Splat. It's an interesting name. S-P-L-A-T-T.
Well, Candida Splat would go pretty good too, wouldn't it? Have a splatter Candida.
That guy that got pushed off the building should have been
Splat, yeah. Jimmy Jesus
Now
Splat.
we're talking about Jesus and my mum and Splat. Anyway,
There you go.
We can go anywhere in this show.
Randwick.
Top out of holdings, leaving.
Top out of holding share, I suppose. Yeah, we've
Buy some shares.
yeah, buy some shares. I think we're allowed to spruik that. I don't see why not. We are now a publicly listed company, part of the Top Better group of companies, and
Are we in the top better group of companies now?
yes,
Oh, there we are.
yeah, Top
So
Better.
you can buy into the Punter Show.
You can own the Punter Show if you like.
You get me for $10, but
Top Better Holdings. We listed at 20 cents on Friday, and I think it stayed around about that mark at 19 cents. I think it finished at. So I can assure you, it won't be that for much longer. So
Get
that
involved.
could be the best spruiked product of the whole thing.
I think
Is
so.
buy shares in the joint. You like the tournaments? You like the
Tournaments are
wagering
going
stuff?
nuts. Yeah, they're the future.
Yeah.
They've got all sorts of ideas coming up. Sports betting and sports tournaments.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So
Live gaming.
Top Better Holdings, TBH. Get hold of your stockbroker, TBH.
the big tournament for next year, that'll find itself on the plus list
yeah.
for next year.
That will,
Well, we're not
yeah,
talking
exactly.
about.
No, we'll talk. Yeah, well, actually, that's what we should
Oh, we're
say.
not talking about, are we?
No, we are.
We
Yeah,
gave a good little hint last week.
yeah. No, well, I'm pretty well.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Obviously.
yeah. It was you came up with it, the $1 million tournament for the carnival. So
Well, it was good, then I thought of it.
yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
we'll probably have a live event to kick, whether it's to kick things off or to sort of start the carnival too. Late January, early Feb, which we're in the planning of doing as well too. You'll be right with that, Glenn. You won't get scared by a lot of people being there and
Where we
doing the
going?
show. Live event.
Where? What, the show?
Yeah,
You're not in the park?
not in the park. No,
Yeah, I
with
might turn up.
with people.
I'll
Oh,
take
and
it.
cameras. Like,
Yeah.
not this camera.
Oh, look, live. Yeah, no, probably proper cameras, but I don't think we'll be broadcasting it live, but we'll to a
Do
live
it
audience.
Ah.
Yeah,
So people can boo us and
Yeah,
hiss us.
yeah,
You
yeah.
come down here, you fucking arsehole.
yeah.
I'm training so I can arm wrestle.
So remember that show that I wasn't at, that was part of the YPA, wasn't it? The
Yeah,
panel
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Would you
young.
like that, wouldn't it?
Oh, bigger. Yeah, bigger. It'd be our first ever
Oh,
punter show function. We haven't done a punter show.
No.
Yeah, so we'll be working on that.
Okay, that's exciting for next year.
Yeah,
In
so-
our 6th year. Not that you've been here for 6, but it's exciting, isn't it?
I think I've been here for 2.
Not
1.5.
bad. Not bad.
There.
There it is.
Not bad.
Here we are.
Randwick.
All right, Randwick played as Randwick Marcus.
Yeah, it was, look, that's probably my favourite position around me.
3 metres, yeah.
Because you know you can overcome the impossible, well, the impossible and the true.
Yeah.
But you know it's
We saw Happy Clapper win, but the thing that I think more so about that horse winning was, I think it might have been the making of that horse. That's a good horse now.
It's a
But
very- it always has
I
been, hasn't it?
certainly thought, watching the replay, watching him parade, watching him leg up, was the making of Gun. Gun's a total Group 1 ride now. He looked like, he was the Gun once, he's like Cool Hand Luke.
But, but what about your stable of riders? So you've spoken about Gun.
Yeah.
AI Ronimus is dead set on song.
I told you, he's
He's
a
totally
hot
on
rider.
song.
I spoke to
What
him
about his
yesterday.
ride on Friday night at Stampede?
Too fast, did he?
No, like he just set off the left.
Oh, no, Stampede 1. Yeah, I'm thinking of another horse you rode. Yeah. What about that ride? How did we win?
Because he rode it inch perfect.
I spoke,
Like, he didn't
I
get
spoke to
into
him
a
yesterday. I
battle
said,
with
he's so happy with my new management of you, and he just pissed himself.
Yeah.
But how good a rider is he? Like, I wasn't just like, I do find a rider.
And then Jay Collin. He's ridden 5.5 city winners for the week.
Yeah. He's a good rider.
Flying.
He's a good rider. Another iconic bloke. But I thought with Gun winning I thought
you know what I really
he's
liked
the sort of
about
boy
Gun?
now you can put him in a favourite in the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
And the last thing you'll think about is pressure.
Yeah. What I really liked about him, he obviously didn't want to be on the inside,
Yeah.
but when he knew he had to go there, he didn't procrastinate around him
Yeah.
or whatever. He just said, well, fuck it, I'm here, I'm going. So, and that decisive move,
I
I
thought
think
it
was
was
a winning move.
I thought it was a real turn.
Yeah, and then he eventually got in the right lane anyway, so, but...
Yeah, and look, the horse really struck its neck out, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that
saw
was the horse
Tinto.
that wanted to win, and it's somewhat. What is its story?
Don't know.
John O'Shea. Was it, but it really, it's only ever had one run, hasn't it?
Like
Yeah.
first up against.
First up at Warwick Farm, apart from that. But I mean, it's done okay, isn't it? Or
Well, it just had the race there to win, and it didn't want to.
I'll go as far as to say with Brenton, for the rest of his life, he'll never ever be nervous on a race course. I'm not saying he was, but you know, when you are
Yeah, no,
younger
he's
and you're
got
making your
yeah.
way, I've got a good ride today, and I hope I don't fuck it up. He won't ever think like that again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got the confidence
yeah,
under his belt.
he's like a tour
I've actually got
professional.
something on this somewhere. Yeah. What I think what we've noticed with a lot of these overseas horses, right? They're not going to be sent here because they're champions. The champions are going to stay there.
Yeah.
What we're seeing with these horses are, and where they get you in as being good horses, like Contributor, and that they've got a good 400 metres. They don't have completeness to them. So if they had completeness, they'd stay overseas. So they've got a sharp turn. They've got something.
But
So
when
they
you-
need
what the fuck's
slow
the-
pace
it's
to be able to go bang and then
Still
look like
in
rock
second. It
stars.
didn't go bad.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
No, but we've
second.
just now seen it like have every possible 2 starts in a row.
But it
After-
it ran third,
It beat. If Happy Clappers scratched, it wins the Villiers.
No, it
No,
ran
Tinto.
third.
Tinto
Oh, I
scratched,
thought
yeah.
it ran second.
And Tinto doesn't come down from third.
Okay, I apologise.
Yeah, but you know, but I think that's what it is, because they look like they're good and they give you that good look to them.
yeah.
But when they're put under the full acid test, they just don't have it.
It was
They're
the one that
expensive
won
motor
first
cars
up,
with
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Australia.
and we went, wow, look at this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So what you're
That's
saying, the one we get
Contributor.
from overseas, they're the, and then when they get the good ones here, they're going to go overseas.
yeah. Well, probably exactly.
three
Like, well, your real ones that can do it for the bit, we're not going to send them. They're going to send them here, aren't they? Yeah. All right. Well, that's anyway. Yeah, so that was it. Pat Webster with a good horse and good to, and also we don't often do this, but Michael Thomas, one of the nicest people in racing, bred the horse, bred the mother, bred everything, single ownership.
Single ownership's an amazing thing. For
Yeah,
a good horse.
and just
well done to Michael, and congratulations to him. We saw him earlier in the day, and he is very laconic. It was worth 150k to him for winning the race, and he probably would have had something because he's a sick, degenerate gambler like all of us. And well done.
lovely,
Well,
and
I
of course.
saw Centrebet or William Hill were over Betfair.
Yeah,
on the Happy Clapper.
it was
You
pretty. It was
No,
pretty.
I
It
don't
was
get to see all those things.
it's another thing actually too. The call. Look, that's one thing that probably needs to improve in with the APN and get that a little bit better with the official fluctuations.
It was on the list 13 to 37.
Was it? Yeah. Well, I mean, the official fluck $4 Happy Clapper. Grant Palmer was $4. Everyone in the was $5. I think one other board in the middle was $5, and all the board, 3 of the 4 boards on the outside were $5 Happy Clapper. So, and your fluck is $4.
Time to go APN.
Well,
Yeah.
wait, what was
time to go.
what was
$5 was available. If
And was the fluck only $4?
fluck was $4, because I was about to type up Happy Clapper open $4.
That sounds
and then
fraudulent.
well, but it happens all the time. As Michael Thomas made the point about. He said these fucks. It's just because I'm used to it. And he said it was in the first race. Who was in the first race? Whatever it was. Oh, it might have been race 2 or whatever. Like the flux $2.20 and you can get $2.60.
Is that an automated thing on screen, or is it the
No,
Terry
it's the
Coppers
recording, and how do they record? How do they do it?
Well, they take a certain.
It's supposed to be the median price. isn't it?
It's like 5 bookies, and they take 3 of them go. So if out of the 5, if they've laid it best fluck and they've kept all the money, they keep it low.
Yeah.
And then the other blokes who are bigger
Yeah.
odds, it doesn't count. It's a shit system.
Yeah, that's right. And it's not a good advertisement to get people on course, because if people out there actually were aware of the prices you get, fuck bet 365, you get over 2 rolls over that on course.
Oh, well, Glenn's already had. We've had half a show about Glenn and Sandro, and
Yeah.
Well, what about he delivers a champion service? He bets me with 3 and 4 on Saturday, and he pays me with 3 or 4. And yet, plenty of bets I have that are really my way, and plenty of bets I have that go the other way. It's just all punting, and he makes his book. But I did get 400 out of Raphael's Pride, the 2-year-old, at 680 on Saturday. 400 out of it at 680, and I had 3,000 to 180 with Sandro at $17. Obviously, I took the $17 first. But when you want to when you got $17 and you like it a little bit, it's hard not to give 680 away.
Yeah.
Indeed.
No, exactly. Get on course. There is. Cradle me. Mark?
Cradle me. Cradle me,
Yes.
Well, it's hard to tip,
Yeah.
but I'm not surprised it won.
But why is it 130 on the fair? I didn't get the betting. I didn't understand the betting in the race.
I didn't notice it at all. I had an outlay of about exposure of about 5 on the race with Betfair and the punt on my numbers and whatever, and then they're about to jump. I didn't notice 130, and I saw $100 credit me, and I just clicked my $50 button on it to chop out on the race. And if I hadn't have, I would have been. There would be no 6 year for. I wouldn't be here for the Christmas show. How was it fucking 100 to 1?
Well, that's what I don't understand. Whether you like it or not,
Well, you don't like
in
it.
that style of race.
But if you're pricing that race, the longest you can have it's 50s,
Yeah.
and you could say it's a 25 to 1 chance. There can't be hundreds. Jay Collett. D. Pfeiffer.
yeah,
Andy
and
Lahore.
poor little private secretary down there in Gate 1 is just.
Well, she's completely lost the plot with Winona. Even looking at her, she's just. I mean,
Yeah,
I picked
but
her when she
what
was
could
good.
she do?
She's not. No, I'm just talking about you don't want to be on her. She's an unhappy little Vegemite.
Are you saying she's unhappy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it'd be awful being 22 and single with 300,000 in the bank. It must be awful.
Extreme Choice wins the
What's wrong with people?
All right.
English
So how did the
benefit?
Yeah.
I went to a house auction during the week. The bloke said, "You just how much is the letterbox?"
What's that? No, it's yeah, I heard.
All right. So talk to us about the 2-year-olds, then. The English horses.
Well, the English race just continues to fuck me every single fucking year. every year I bet
There's
outside
2
them.
English races. This English race is open to all English horses.
Well, it
Okay.
fucks me.
At
It
the
retards
beginning of
me every
February,
year.
the race that Lady Zhivago won this year, at the beginning of February, that will be open to only horses that went through the classic sale, which is the summer sale.
Oh.
That's the cheap sale.
Right. Wow, that will be interesting. Well, yeah, like I was just saying, every year I look at that race and I say, wow, there's 15 chances here, and I back 13 roughies and watch them first in the market run 1-2, and this year I backed first 2 in the market and bet right up and watched them never ever participate in this
Yeah.
day. Talking about the Paul Perry horse Benetto and the
Credible
and the
Witness.
credible never
It
went a
was just
fucking yard.
woeful. Is there a steward's
It
report
was
on
on
that?
the inside, but,
Yeah,
but it went
still,
woeful.
It
The winner-
I've got a feeling the way that it stopped. I've got a feeling it might have hurt itself or
The
something.
winner paraded only like a skinny little runty thing. You can even see if you watch the tapes, it's a skinny
Yeah.
runty thing. Obviously got a good little engine. I think
You
Brett
trialled on
O'Fleury-
Tuesday, did it?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
I was at home watching the trials, and
Yeah.
they worked out eventually it was racing on Saturday. Why has Mick Price got a horse here?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
worked it out.
There
After a
was
text
all
message from a friend.
Hellbent. Sort of.
Well, does that mean, have we got to the bottom of Hellbent? Is that where Hellbent sits?
That's the
I don't know. Was that an afterthought because the race was
I
on?
heard a few people saying that. A few people think he's a better horse, went to Melbourne, came back.
Came back
blah,
42
blah, blah.
days
from the
later.
parade ring. He
Went
needs a
up
break.
in-
Yeah.
He needs a break for
Yeah,
sure. he needs to
he
fatten
wasn't-
up a bit.
Yep.
And learn to walk properly again. He walked terribly the
Yeah.
other day.
He paraded like it was an afterthought, didn't he, Glenn? He wasn't.
Yeah, we weren't happy with him at all.
No.
He was easy to get back to the fair, and God bless him for getting
Yeah.
something
And
out of it.
Lady Sniper was good for you. And another sales race for Bajon.
Isn't he good at finding English money?
Yes.
He's a master at it.
And Magic Millions money too, mind you.
Yeah, he's Magic Millions money.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's just there picking up all the.
He might be the devil. Talking of Christmas,
Did you?
because he has such a niceness about him.
Oh, yeah.
But underneath,
Oh yeah.
He's a
He-
Kiwi.
Actually, I'm surprised he didn't make you disappointing list because he was our best
he
mate.
was 14 to 37.
Yeah, 14 to 37.
It was hard not
because
to
you're
top
off.
30.
Yeah.
So John is
Oh, he's
so non grata. He
We're off.
doesn't come near us.
Apart from the fact they're old mate, did you see at Hong Kong leading race 6, number 1 yesterday? Brilliant shine.
Brilliant
Oh,
talent.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the big day.
Yeah, we were there doing
We,
his proud.
we finished second, 400. They're going to send you and me something. Nah, he ran no good.
Excellent.
All right, Hellbent gone. Mr. Entertainer, yeah,
Oh,
great.
That's not even fun to him.
That's
Saturday.
fantastic,
Fuck, he's
isn't
not even a Gosford horse and he wins on Saturday.
Gosford, well, he's
There is
no longer a Gosford horse, is
to
he?
that, isn't there? That I overlooked on Friday. But okay, how many horses actually had their last start in town in that race
Right.
that weren't first up?
That we're also up and running.
Right. So there was Mr. Entertainer and Disgraceful, and that's it. Oh, sorry, and Sniper.
Well, how come every time I bet up on this dirty, filthy James McDonald, who's one of the best riders I've ever seen, and I bet up on the Leggery, how come I get rides like that?
Because Betfair
How does
said
it
that
fucking
you would
know?
get that. I don't. Look, I went to Allegria and I got that. You just got.
Well, that's completely
But there is
hammered.
good and bad James.
And when I laid James, good James seems to jump out of the cupboard and ride a millimetre perfect.
That's
And when I back him,
that's
I
the
just-
frustration of James McDonald.
I was like, fucking, you watch, if I start backing Adam Hieronymus, you watch how bad he rides.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just,
he's gone.
I'm just managing him.
Better.
But that is James, and that has been James for a long time. And it's typical of the media because they then, well, you know, like he might ride 4 bad rides, but he rides one that's the Group 1 race of the day, and James, oh, what a fucking
So
genius
the bottom
rider.
line, getting back to our earlier first and second year talk, which was one of mine, are they just all dead set cab drivers?
Yes.
Because like the way the young boy rode Sir John Hawkwood, young Blake Spriggs, I mean it was James McDonald-esque.
Yeah.
So really, it's just you steer him around, you get a bit of luck, you get some cover, you pull out, you present the horse to win, and it does the job, and we all go, what a ride.
I think there's a lot of rides.
So
that are
what our
inspiring.
job's going to be,
all winning rides are great rides.
we have to work on, as punters, work on when a rider's riding well, or on a bit of a run, like Adam is at the moment.
Until you start backing him.
So I start backing him, and then wheels fall
Goodbye,
wide.
Adam. Yep.
Why is it like that for me, though?
Glenn, I don't know, but I've witnessed it for a long time.
It's fucking torture.
And what about man B Shin at the moment? Do you think he's just off the boil? Like,
Do I think he's off the ball? Yeah. Like, fucking, do I what? Yeah.
You know.
But I recognised that a couple of weeks ago, and I've been making good money out of that. And I think that's what punting's all about.
Yeah, Snowy found some stats on Shin his last 3 months compared to the previous 12.
Yep.
Way down.
Way down.
Yeah. Way down.
But as
So he's
punters,
just in a lull.
a lot of the jockeys think we bag them in that. But as punters, we have to predict where they are for us for financial gain.
They can have a jockey show and,
And
bag
Shin
us.
at the moment, fucking, I don't think he'd have a jockey show. You know, every jockey I speak to, and Merry Christmas to all you boys, and say, every jockey I ever speak to, the last 2 words ever come out of my mouth with every conversation, be safe.
Yeah.
So I do care about them, but when they do fall and die, I want them to
Hang on.
understand.
What have you edited out the last few weeks, Matthew?
No, but when they fall and die or they get smashed up in a race, I don't want them to think I'm not going to laugh, because I am. Like that Mudgee race, talk about it.
You've gone well. You've gone well so far. So John Hawkwood with nothing really to say.
Great ride.
It was the slowest
Yeah.
of the least slowest,
it
was
was
it?
the end of the winning run of Jaguar,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who I bet up on.
who ran well but was sort of never going to win.
Never going to win.
No, it just wasn't going to
And
be.
and I backed Quick Strike on Thursday at 7:50 and just watched him in the run going, you are a devil. Quick Strike, honestly. Have you ever seen a horse have a better run?
Yeah. It's just a fucking, it's a pineapple. And a few of those Wallace stayers are pineapple.
Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, all they are, they're pretty
And they're
average
like
commodities.
the
They're just
la-
well trained,
the last two
turn up a
horses we're
lot,
gonna
and they
talk
win.
Yeah,
Cape Crusade's
turn up a
absolutely
lot.
fine, but being ridden perfectly every time.
Cape, exactly.
Adam Warren.
And Rule the River.
I know the
Whatever
owners
they
of
say
Cape Crusade are a little bit, and there's no way they'd take Adam off. They love the way he's riding.
Yeah.
And Rule the River, well, just there it was, sit there, did the job. And I mucked it up too.
Anyway,
It was an interesting day's racing. Is that the end of part 1, Dale?
that's the end of part 1.